Raising kids can be expensive, so why not take advantage of all the free activities right here in Simi Valley? Hi everyone, Mike Tilford here, your forever agent serving Ventura and Los Angeles counties. Today I'm here to talk to you about 5 free kid-friendly activities right here in Simi Valley. The Simi Valley Public Library is free and it's open every day. I'm a bit of a bookworm myself, which is why this ranks so highly on my list. I'm also a proponent of a strong early education, and books are so important to that. Did you know that early reading helps promote literacy, communication, and creativity in kids? Not only that, but reading from an early age helps promote a love of reading throughout a child's life. So every week I go to the library with my daughter. We check out about 20 or 30 books, which sounds like a lot, which, I mean, it is, but you're talking about kids' books here, so they don't take long to read. So 20 or 30 are not that bad when you're going through like 5 or 6 a day. Just be sure you get a nice, strong, sturdy bag to carry them all. So my daughter's kind of outgrown it now, but when she was a bit younger, we used to coincide our visits with story time. So the librarian to pick a few books and sit out in the garden with the children, if the weather's permitting. If the weather is not so great, then they'll be inside. This is followed up by a craft project, which changes from week to week. Typically this takes about 30 minutes and a fun little activity for your child to enjoy. Of course, this is all completely free, so check out the library's calendar for a list of events. I will post a link down in the description. Quick note, if you don't have much in the way of books at home, there's a used bookstore inside the library that's open Monday through Saturday. Paperbacks are 50 cents and hardcovers are only $1 each. The store isn't huge, but there is a pretty large selection of children's books. It's a great place to visit if you want to start a home library for your child. So this may seem like the most obvious thing in the world, but head on over to the park. I know this isn't really groundbreaking content here, but Simi Valley has a lot of parks, and they're all pretty great. And there's about 36 in total, and what kid doesn't like going to the park? I may be a bit biased because it's over near my house in Wood Ranch, but my absolute favorite park in Simi Valley is Rancho Madera Park, or Wood Ranch Community Park. This park is located within the Wood Ranch area of Simi and is home to the annual Snowfest event, which I've covered in another one of my videos. There are basketball courts, baseball fields, tennis courts, a soccer field, a sand volleyball court, barbecue areas, picnic areas, gazebos, and most importantly, bathrooms. There's also a playground for bigger kids and a separate tot playground for the little ones. Another favorite of ours is Rancho Tapo Community Park, otherwise known as Lemon Park. This one is in East Simi near the Simi Valley Public Library. Hey, maybe hit up both spots in one day. There's even more to do here than Rancho Madera Park, if you can believe that. There's a softball field, tennis courts, pickleball courts, basketball courts, bocce ball courts, a fitness equipment area, and of course, bathrooms, the most important thing. The most unique feature here is the splash pad, a water play area that is available during the summer months. It's also home to the award-winning Veteran Plaza. The plaza's reflective pool, fountains, and memorial pilasters combine to pay tribute to the men and women who have served our country. Last but certainly not least is Rancho Simi Community Park, otherwise known as the Duck Park. When you arrive here, you'll see immediately why people call it Duck Park. If you haven't guessed, yes, there are ducks there. A lot of ducks usually. Just don't feed them. They aren't supposed to eat human food, and it isn't good for them. In addition to the ducks, there are lighted basketball courts, horseshoe pits, shuffleboard courts, a soccer field, pickleball courts, and tennis courts. And of course, bathrooms. The biggest highlight of the duck park, other than the ducks, is the Olympic-sized swimming pool, which features 2 diving boards. Unfortunately, the pool isn't free. Sorry, I know this video is about free activities. It can be booked for parties, and the city offers swim classes through the warmer months. Before I get into the final 3, I just want to remind you all that I'm a real estate agent working out here in Ventura and Los Angeles counties. This is my full-time job, this is how I support my family, and if you could do me a small favor, I would be forever grateful. If you know anybody who is moving to Ventura or Los Angeles counties, or especially Simi Valley, could you please share this video with them or pass on my contact information? I will forever be in your debt. Now let's get back to it. If you're anything like me, having children hasn't done your waistline any favors. So any excuse to get out and exercise is always welcome. Simi Valley has some amazing hiking trails, about 19 of them at last count. Of course, everyone's gonna have their favorite trails, but here are 2 of my favorites. My favorite is probably Tapo Canyon Trail, which is located at the north end of Tapo Canyon Road near the Big Sky area. The trail is over 4 miles long round trip, and according to alltrails.com, the hike is moderately difficult. My second favorite is Rocky Peak Trail, which is located right at the eastern edge of Simi Valley. Take the Rocky Peak Road exit and head north over the overpass. The trail is pretty long, clocking in about 6 miles in one direction, but of course, you don't have to go the entire way. This path is also rated as moderate. which goes to show that I'm not in great shape, but not in terrible shape either. Yay me. Fun fact, the popular show The Mandalorian, which streams on Disney Plus, shot some of its second season right near this trail. I made a separate video on that if you are interested. I'll leave a link down in the description. When you think of free activities, a mall probably doesn't rank very highly on your list. Although it's a traditional mall with stores and restaurants where you can spend your money, there are a few activities that won't cost you a penny. First, there's the Skateboarding Hall of Fame and Museum. This nonprofit organization first opened its doors in 1997. It was created to honor the passion and dedication by pro skateboarders and industry icons in contributing to skateboarding's history and culture throughout the decades. It is a 10,000 square foot museum which is volunteer run and 100% free to the public. One feature is the Look Back Library, which features thousands of skateboarding magazines, books, videos, and more, all accessible and available to the public for research. Inside the museum, there is a small indoor skate park with a fun mini ramp and more. Although not free, they also offer in-house skateboarding lessons to beginners ages 4 and up. The Skateboarding Hall of Fame and Museum relies on donations from the public to continue bringing fun and informative exhibits and displays to the city of Simi Valley. So if you enjoy the museum, please consider making a donation. Next, you'll find the Veterans of Foreign Wars Museum of Military History. The purpose of the museum is educational. Its goal is to reach out to both young and adults alike, and educating both groups on the importance of our military history from the birth of our nation to the present war on terrorism. There are hundreds of military posters and historical artifacts on display that have been donated by local veterans and collectors. There are Vietnam-era weapons on display, munitions and military equipment from all eras. 100-year-old posters, World War II-era newspapers, uniforms, and much more provide a historical sequence of events. Here's a quick bonus activity up at the Simi Valley Town Center in case you're ever up there for numbers 4 and 5 on this list. The Game Exchange is located just down the path from the Studio Movie Grill. Although it is not a non-profit organization like the previous 2 locations, the Game Exchange offers free arcade games and air hockey to all of its visitors, whether you're buying something or not. And if you're in the market for a new game, whether you're looking for something new or something more vintage, the Game Exchange has been serving Simi Valley for over 20 years. Support a local business and free air hockey? Why would you pass that up? If you like this video, I'm sure you'll love this video as well. I'll see you next time, and as always, I'm never too busy for your referrals.